leads. I'm second. Peter, a distant third. Don and I had perfect weeks last week. Peter
was
had a
perfect.
half a point.
Oh, there you go. That's right.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't even. I couldn't even do that right.
So, Don, you have the best record. Coming off a
Yes.
perfect week. You go first.
All right, I'm going to ride this Jets bandwagon until it bears fruit. I just like them in this matchup. Everybody thinks that they're dead because of the way they played over the last few weeks, but there are times that they played pretty well. I'm a little fearful of the Steeler defense, but I don't think the Jets are going to give much up. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I like the Jets to win to keep their season alive in Pittsburgh. I think it would be the second time in franchise history they won a game in Pittsburgh. So I like the Jets to cover the 2.5, the 2 on the road as my 1-point play.
1, 2, 3-point play.
I really feel good about these two. You can flip-flop a 2 or a 3. I love the Lions going to Minnesota. You know, Peter and I have talked about it. The Vikings just feel like a paper champion. The bad second halves, they're fortunate to be undefeated. I think this Lions team, after what they did in Dallas, they're just primed. They're going to go to Minnesota, and they're going to end the Vikings winning streak. It's only a 1.5. I know, the catastrophic injury to Hutchinson to start, their defense is going to hurt, but I think the Vikings are due for a loss here, and I think the Lions are just the team to go in there, cover the 1.5. Favorite on the road just kind of tells you, or underdog on the road. They're giving me 1.5. I'm going to take it. I like the Lions to go in as my 2-point play. And Peter and I were shocked by this number. It looks like the rest of the nation is climbing aboard on the Washington bandwagon, but it's still under 10. So the fact that it went from 8 to 9.5 does not scare me at all. Commanders went up against maybe the best team in football and hung with them until the fourth quarter. The Panthers are awful. So you're telling me the Atlanta Falcons they go to Carolina and are a 6-point favorite? The Atlanta Falcons, Kirk Cousins. And the Washington Commanders are home against that same team, and it's only 9.5? Come on. I'm going with the Commanders to cover the 9.5 as my 3-point play. So I like the Jets, 2-point favorite in Pittsburgh as my 1-point play. I like the Lions getting a 1.5 in Minnesota as my 2-point play. And I love the Commanders, favored by 9.5. It's Zoftic, but I like it to cover it against the Panthers at home as my 3-point play.
Well, I officially hate all your picks.
3. Well, no, I have a hunch you won't like mine either.
My 1-point play, I am going to go all the way to England. And Peter might say, why are you taking this game? Because I want to. That's why. The Jaguars are 5.5-point favorites over the Pats. Now, favorites have excelled in international games. They are 35-11-1 straight up and 31-16 against the spread. Favorites at Wembley Stadium are 18-6-1 straight up, best of any international series stadium. I think Peterson's coaching for his job. I think he's going to put a hurting on the Patriots. They're both 1-5. I think the Patriots are awful. I don't know why the Jaguars are 1-5. I think the Patriots are just bad. So give me the Jaguars. I'll give the 5.5. That's my 1-pointer.
That is a 6.
1, 2, 3-point play.
2-pointer.
6.
Ravens and the Bucks.
All right.
Michael,
Yeah.
the spread is 6. Does that
Doesn't do a
anything
thing. I'm fine with
All
it.
I
right.
wouldn't think so.
Yeah. Ravens and the Bucks. Now, I have 3.5. Am I right with that, Anthony?
Let me double check.
Wait, Ravens and the Bucks?
Yeah.
I have it right here as 3.5.
3.5.
Yep,
3.5. Well, I love the Ravens in this game. It's in Tampa Bay. Lamar Jackson has faced an NFC team 23 times in his career. He's 22-1 straight up in those games. The only loss coming to the Giants back in 22. When Jackson faces an NFC team in any game outside the 1 p.m. Sunday window, he's 8-0 straight up. The Bucs have done a nice job. They're a much better team than people give them credit. They're 4-2. The Ravens are 4-2, but the Ravens start off 0-2. They've played great football now. They just beat Peter's Commanders. So give me the Ravens. I'll give the 3.5. That's my 2-point play. My 3-point play, this is a Zoftig number, and it worries me, but I like the Bills over the Titans. I have 9 points. I'm not sure if that's what our line has. We'll check it out.
8.5.
Oh, good. Even better.
Even better, right?
Even better. Oh, yeah. Well, Josh Allen has done a good job of avoiding upsets. He's closed 7 or higher 36 times, and he's 31-5 straight up in those games, including 22-2 straight up at home, this is in Buffalo. Russell Wilson and Carson Wentz are his only 2 home losses in that spot. I think the Bills, survived one against the Jets, and I think the Titans are awful. They're just awful. I mean, really, what do they have at quarterback? What do they have that really scares you? So I think it comes down to this. How much do the Bills want to score? How much of a hurting do they want to put on them? So I think they will put a hurting on them. They could win by 2 touchdowns. So my 3-point play is the Bills. All right, so here we go. 1-pointer, Jags giving 6 to the Pats. 2-pointer, Ravens giving 3.5 to the Bucks. That's in Tampa Bay. And 3-pointer in Buffalo. I like the Bills giving 8.5 to the Titans. Peter.
Don's picks.
I told you. I thought we had a 5 go.
Don's picks.
Same numbers?
Don did. Yeah, Anthony, same numbers. I have the Jets as my 1, Detroit as my 2, Washington as my 3. Listen, I flirted with a couple of other games. I like the Packers. It feels like everything has burned me. I've lost every time I've gone up against Minnesota. I've lost every time I've picked Green Bay. I just decided to go up against Minnesota because even without Hutchinson, don't forget, even if Detroit has a defensive problem this week, Don, don't forget they may have the best offense in football too. So I like them to be able to keep up with and beat the Vikings, who have to lose at some point. They're not the greatest team in NFL history, and even though the Commies are up to 9.5, I really think if they're the team that I believe they are, they win this game 37-10. It's kind of a nothing game. So, yeah, Jets, Lions, Commies.
I can tell you right now, in all the years we've done this.
You've never rooted harder against
No.
games?
This is the biggest embarrassment of all time. There's no way you guys could have thought the exact same point allotment. Nothing. It's awful.
You think I'm lying?
Well, what you're doing is trying to stop falling behind Don. So your intent is to just gain ground on me. I get it. That's why what we should do
two people
is
two
what we should do is like we used to do, so we don't get cheating like this. Is hand in the picks before they're given.
The way you sound, you should be the Republican nominee for president. This is crazy. I promise you, what I'm staring at right now are the 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
I knew 2 of them.
It.
I knew he loved the Commanders. We talked about it during the week, and we both had the Lions came up, and we had a discussion.
And it's not a little curious to you, Don, that he has the same point allotment?
Well, how would it, if I was ready to give the Commanders all 6, how would I not give them 3?
But wouldn't you say this should be the allotment, though? Like, he believes in his Commanders, Lions, and the Jets are probably the one that you would allot the 1-point play. I'm surprised to win all 3, but I knew that 2 of us would be the same because Peter and I, we listen
by the
to
way,
each
Don,
other, we understand, we vibe.
When you said the Jets pick, if you could probably go back on tape and see me roll my eyes because I knew at that point we had literally the same picks. I want to beat both of you. I'm not
sure.
Now, listen,
so, Peter, I don't get why this would be strategic on your part.
I'm telling you why, because he doesn't lose any ground to you.
So you're saying what I should do then?
Because the flaw in our pick segment is that if you finish second, you are unscathed. If you finish last, then you get punished. So he's looking to finish second. I'm okay with it. I left my picks. You're not going to gain ground on me.
So I don't have.
Hank Azaria right behind the plate, Don. You see that?
I saw that.
First row behind the plate over the word city in City Field.
Doesn't follow me on Twitter. I'm disgusted by that. I thought we really.
You guys want Ballard's picks?
Yeah, what's Ballard's
picks? We got picks to do. Good job, Anthony.
Eagles -3 is his 3-pointer. Bengals -5.5 over the Browns is his 2-pointer. Colts -3 over the Dolphins is his 1-pointer.
Okay.
What's Bear's
up?
pick?
Bear likes the Packers.
And 45s?
45 likes Jacksonville.
It's fake news.
All right. And the manager of the New York Yankees, Michael, moments before a huge pivotal Game 4 League Championship Series, literally texts me back 30 seconds after I text him. He's spitting in your face, Michael. He's got the Bucks getting 3.5, and he likes the Cardinals getting 2 against the Chargers.
Boy, I hate both those picks.
I don't love them either.
All right, when we come back, we'll follow the Mets. They're up 3-1 in the top of the third inning with 2 outs against the Dodgers. Must win. They're down 3-1 in the series. They're up 3-1 here in Game 5, a game that they literally must have. And we'll continue to break down the Yankees and take your phone calls. It's Kay, LaGreca, Rosenberg, and you right here on Yes and 98.7 ESPN.